official time, where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslams Show. Turn it up.
Yo, 5:51, risen from the sun. Now it's nighttime. Dr. Chris on the grind. It's PNP time. Here with the fam. Here cause we chillin'. But we ain't no villain. I'm a baby face. Don't got a baby face, but a good guy. But it's okay, ask why. Me, it's okay to so see. You can't see me like John C. Nah. Not my ba. Sheamus and Cesaro. Talking about tomorrow. Let's talk about tonight. It's P&B time. It's time to get hype with Dr. C and the family, because we PNP Adam Cole, baby. That's what they say. Give me the boom. Step into the PNP room. Because you chilling with us. And we don't discriminate. Bring everybody because we don't hate. It's the PNP show because we ain't fate. Our fate ain't like the fate of somebody who just got hurt. Hope he's okay. Gave dirt sheet, the dirt sheet, the news, views, lots of views on P&P, lots of views with me, Dr. C, because we chilling, because we here having fun like we do. We ain't done. We getting started. We ain't done getting started. Yo. Yo, What's up, PNP? What's good, y'all? 551 episodes. We chilling. It's been a lot of going on about I've been getting a lot of intel about Hangman Page, man. So I actually have his phone number, but I'm not going to text him because he's probably hurt. I mean, I heard that he was stretchered out, and I prayed for him. Hopefully he'll be okay. As far as we'll talk about day one here in a momento. I was told that he's legitimately hurt, much more than a stinger. He couldn't feel his legs at the time. that I received this information nearly an hour ago. He was currently going through a series of battery tests, and I also heard that Triple H offered their doctors he might be flown to Alabama. So hopefully everything is okay quickly. So I will text him that he's in my prayers. I'm gonna text him now, actually. All right. Just texted him. All right. We'll get into. Actually, I need to watch it. I was trying to. I couldn't even watch it. I've been so busy getting ready for um unscripted, and it was kind of a different feel for unscripted today a little bit. So I had to upload um a bunch of pictures. So um yeah, right now it's back on the 11 o'clock replay, and I didn't record this one, so I recorded the 11 o'clock one, so it'll come up when it's done. Right now, it's showing live, so I can't see. I can't fast forward it to the end. So, but I did see some pictures of him being stretchered out. So hopefully he's okay. I will let y'all know when he gets back with me. Let's go to the PNP Nation. We the ones. Y'all the twos, we the ones. How many times have I interviewed Brian Clark? Thrice. Thrice. As Chris Farley would say, I'm twice divorced. And I live in a van down by the river. Young man, what do you want to do in your life? Oh, man. Chris Farley's the GOAT, man. What are you going to do? Living in the van down by the river. When you're living in the van down by the river. All right. So theories on NXT. So here's the thing. Y'all. PNP, y'all know I don't watch NXT. I just can't do it. I did hear Booker T came back last week. And so I love Booker T on commentary. All right. So it actually spawned me to watch about 3 minutes of NXT today. I was prepping for my shows. It was about 9:56, 9:55 Eastern time, and I had my phone in front of me. I put my phone on. I put NXT on live, and it was like some backstage segment of a bunch of people I didn't know. And I think I saw Zoe Starks maybe doing a hand walking. I like her, by the way. I think she's got potential. Um, I forgot who she's teaming with now. I forgot. But I remember she was teaming with El Shirai at the time, and they won the tag team titles. She's good. There was a couple other people that was back there. I was like, I have no clue who this is. But they were having a signing. The Kevin Owens show is actually what was coming on. I was like, okay, I want to hear Booker's commentary. All shucky ducky quack quack. And so I listened to it. And I was like, it was cool. Book is cool. But I was like, okay, look, from this little few minutes that I saw, it doesn't seem like Book really followed NXT a lot before he got thrown into that commentary position. So he probably had a lot of catching up to do. because he was asking him, "What do you think about who's going to win a match or something like that?" I was like, "Okay, do you watch the product, my man?" So yeah, it was the Kevin Owens show, and Kevin Owens was talking about thank you, Shawn Michaels. If it wasn't for him, um, he wouldn't be here. So you're welcome, type deal. And I turned it off. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So Theory came on NXT. Okay, so okay. So Austin Theory coming on NXT. Here's my thoughts on that actually. So it's a big fall from it's weird that he him cashing it in for the NXT championship just shows how much he's not qualified to be world champion during the duration of the Money in the Bank, period of cash in. By zero stretch of the imagination is he that level of being world champ. However, I wouldn't be opposed to him cashing it in for the NXT championship. To me, that would not be a terrible idea, actually. I wouldn't be opposed to that. One, because it protects Braun Breaker in a way, because if he's in a triple threat match come Saturday for Halloween Havoc, he's going against Ilya Dragunov and JD McDonough. I believe that's his name. I remember him as uh, Jordan Devlin. So JD McDonough, Jordan Devlin, whomever. And so, especially with Dragunov, super hard hitting. Ron Breaker survives two people. He's achy, he's hurt, he's in a lot of pain, he's drained. And that's an opportunity for Theory to come in and cash in. And if Braun Breaker wants to go to the main roster from there you go. Austin Theory as NXT champion is much more appealing than him on the main roster at all. So I actually wouldn't be opposed to Theory cashing in NXT for the championship. I'd actually be okay with that. Your thoughts on only 9 main roster pay-per-views next year? I'm here for it. I heard that the gimmick pay-per-views Triple H has never been a fan of, and I'm here for it. I'm cool with it. Elimination Chamber, like Extreme Rules, Elimination Chamber, like all these gimmick pay-per-views, to me they're unnecessary. It should be more there should be like Clash of the Champion style Raws and SmackDowns that really has some really, really good emphasis on building up a really, really, really good Raw and SmackDown. Um, just having all these pay-per-views just to have them, it makes everything very contrived, and it makes storylines very premature, and it makes it very forced, and it makes it very rushed. So if having less pay-per-views means that we'll see better and more developed storylines, I'm in. I'm here for it. February 8th, God Mode Reigns will have been champion for 1,000 days. Good for him. Good for him. Good stuff. Very nice. Very nice. Did I make the opening video? I did. I'll make all of PMP's opening videos. Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. I make the intro, and I made the opener, the opening video. Indeed. Indeed I do. Indeed I did. Indeed I did. Good question here. With the developing story surrounding Hangman Page, what do you think it would take for better safety protocols to be implemented in AEW? Now, here's the deal. I've said this plenty of times. I haven't seen what happened. I just saw some pictures. I didn't see the actual bump. So I don't know what happened to, to accurately say, as far as what should have been done or what could have been done differently. But from the pictures that I saw, it really boils down to I just think I think that pro wrestling in general is dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous than it should be for the sake of a pop. That people it won't be a sufficient pop. Pops are insufficient. Pops are for the next pop, basically. So they'll pop that moment, and then they'll forget fans will forget about that moment, and they'll wait for the next moment as if the last moment wasn't good enough. That is pro wrestling fans to a T. A vast number of them, and it's sad because it puts the wrestlers in a very dangerous and precarious position for them to have to keep wrestling for the pop. And that takes away the heart and soul of professional wrestling, because at the end of the day, the wrestlers are supposed to control the crowd, not the crowd control the wrestlers. And that's what we've seen in wrestling over the past 10 years. The crowd controls the wrestlers much more than the wrestlers controlling the crowd. How do they control the crowd? By the wrestlers continuing to work for the pop. You want the pop. You want the pop, 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 pop. So what do? You do some Canadian destroyer from the balcony. You do some type of super kick. Don't sell, get back up, pop back up, boom, super kick. Then you do it, and then he super kicks, boom, you go down, you pop back up, you kip up, you do a super kick to him. He gets down, he staggers, he goes against the ropes, and he gives you a super kick, and then both of y'all super kick together, and all of a sudden both of y'all are down on the ground, and everybody starts clapping. That's how that's how the crowd controls the wrestlers, because they're not making things believable anymore. And in order to make them believable, you're willing to do crazy spots like Darby Allin, jumps, and Jeff Hardy jumping off, a ledge. The wrestlers are the crowd is controlling the wrestlers, and people and heels aren't being heels anymore because they're looking for cheers. They're not doing a good job controlling the audience, man. They're letting the audience control them. So hopefully stuff like that is highly, 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 highly evaluated for unnecessary bumps to happen. And that's in general. Again, I don't know what happened this particular instance yet. I haven't watched NXT yet. Again, I was sent messages by several people, and I was sent, I saw pictures, and so I haven't seen the bump. I don't know what happened, but I'm just talking about period. I'm just talking about in general. I think it needs to be more of an emphasis for the wrestlers to control the crowd. Otherwise, I mean, Phoenix, had a break, during a match. Just let me just do a bump. It's and I'm like, come on, man. What is it worth it? Stinger's usually so basically you get hit typically in the neck, and it's not a break, it's not a severe injury, but it does cause enough impact to cause like a really, really burning, impactful sensation in your neck and head area. But it's not considered a severe injury, but it is very hurtful and very painful. But at the same time, and it's not considered like, life threatening, or, it doesn't cause people to stay out of action if people get stingers. What is my favorite caffeine drink? Oh, coffee, hands down. I mean, I love these questions. I love these kind of questions. And Elvis, you asked them a lot, and I love that. These random questions, I love them. I love them. Coffee. I'm a huge coffee drinker. And when I say huge, I mean huge. Okay. I'm gonna watch this Hangman Page bump real quick. I'm gonna watch it. Let's see. So it was stopped. Okay, I'm about to watch it here. So he took a lariat. Ooh. So he was selling a lariat, and that's what. Wait a minute. So he took the lariat from Moxley, and he sold it pretty heavily. And okay, am I watch am I watching something different here? Because that didn't seem very bad. I mean, as far as like it wasn't like some like super gory looking, severe looking bump. Hmm. Okay. I mean, clearly stuff like that happens a lot. I mean, it's very like unfortunate. Okay, so there's a still shot. Okay, so the lariat. Okay, so when he did the lariat, Moxley just kind of threw all of his body near his neck area. Okay, the fast the fast watching it in real time didn't really do it. And it didn't really. I was confused. I mean, I can watching it real time was very confusing to me. But actual the still of it caused me to okay, it made it make a little bit more sense to me. Okay. So they play the replay, it looks like. Yeah, okay. And yeah, he put all okay. So he put all of his body in that lariat. Okay. All right. He put they so Moxley put all of his body in the lariat, and he just kind of put all of his body seemingly toward his neck area. So hopefully that didn't cause a paralyzing neck injury. All right. Yeah, definitely praying for him. How do I feel about Roman not currently being involved with the Go Home show for Survivor Series? Um Hey, listen, Roman Reigns is he's a man with his own schedule, man. He's like, look, and I ain't mad at him one bit. I ain't mad at him one bit, man. Roman Reigns is like, hey, listen. So over the past 2 years, I've given you your highest grossing quarters ever. Okay. I have carried, I have been the staple. I've been the representative for SmackDown, which has garnered over 2 million viewers consistently on Fox. I've appeased your new deal with Fox by being the guy for SmackDown. So Fox is satisfied. It's the highest watch show in all of professional wrestling. SmackDown is the highest watch show. It's the most watched show. It gets over 1 million viewers more than Dynamite consistently. It gets about 5 to 700,000 more viewers than Raw. And those are the competition for SmackDown. I get 700 to 1 million more than that. Acknowledge me. So listen, I am mad at him. Therefore, I'm not going to be here as much. I'm going to make my pop-ups and I'll make my presence more to be desired. Good for him, man. I am all for it. I'm all for it. Moxley injuring page just shows Moxley is trash in the ring and definitely the weakest member of the Shield. I'm not a fan of Moxley, but it was definitely, yeah. From what I watched, it definitely wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. It didn't seem like, every time stuff happens, it's like 1 in a million. It was the lariat. He's trying to put more into it to make it more believable. So I don't necessarily I wouldn't fault Moxley for that. I'm sure that Hangman Page wouldn't fault Moxley for it either. He's done that plenty of times. Hangman Page has received it plenty of times, and so yeah, it's just a freak accident that comes with the territory when it comes to wrestling. Tonight was stacked on NXT. I heard that they wanted to beat Dynamite real bad. Like they want to beat Dynamite in the ratings. That was the intent. Judgment Day, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sonya Deville, The Club, Shotzi, Raquel Rodriguez, Kevin Owens, and Austin Theory. And okay. I don't know. Oh, Nikita Lyons. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that list is going to be. Dynamite. I'm not quite sure about that. Charlotte did the same, didn't she? Did the same what? Yeah, it did look like he just oversold the clothesline. What's up, Alonzo's in the building? What's up? Am I ready for Ramirez's return? I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Yeah, at least anytime soon. Brian, what's up, my man? There's too much heel face turning in a short time frame in our pause. Yes, I agree with that. Heels used to have real fan heat for exterior periods of time. Absolutely. Yes. I agree with you 100%. Very short times, very underdeveloped turns. It's like, here's the thing. Good turns or heels who are the best heels and faces who are the best faces. Like if you're just a mediocre heel or especially a mediocre face, I don't care. Like the Finn, for instance, Finn's turn meant nothing. Like it's nothing to me because Finn was not a strong baby face before he turned. And so it doesn't make the turn shocking. There's nothing about Finn Balor shockingly turning. Nothing. When Damian Priest turned heel, I was there when Damian Priest turned heel in Columbus against Finn. And oddly enough, he turned against Finn, and now he's with him. So Damian Priest turned heel against Finn in Columbus when they were on Raw, and people were just like, I was there. People were just like, like, okay. Like, it's just, okay. Because at that point, Priest wasn't like a major baby face. A lot of his momentum went down from the Bad Bunny. Like that Bad Bunny run with him, that was huge. That was a really good way to introduce him to the product. And then they capitalized on that, made him U.S. champ. I was all for it. I was for it. I was like, this is pretty cool for Damian Priest. Really rode that wave of the Bad Bunny hype. That was smart. That was very smart. But now, I mean, it went down. It cooled off really, really, really quickly, and like it cooled off. And then when he turned, eh, eh. I mean, and that's the thing about turns. Like Shawn Michaels, first of all, he didn't come in WWE as a heel. I know he had heel runs in Memphis when they were there, and he was in AWA, but he came in. The Rockers were one of the top babyface teams in all of WWE, and they just seem inseparable. And it's like, wait a minute, as over as they are, there's no way that he'd turn on Marty. What? Really? There's no way. I mean, the most popular, notorious heel turn in WWE history, I mean, in pro wrestling history, was Hogan in WCW turning at Bash of the Beast 1996. He looks at, first of all, he comes out and Bobby Heenan says, "Whose side is he on?" which which was which was an omen. And he looked at Hall and Nash in the corner, turns around, wham! There's the big leg. That's the heel turn of all heel turns. And man, I remember when Taker turned face, he was a menacing heel, destroying Hogan, winning the title, within a year of his debut, at this Tuesday in Texas, if I'm not mistaken, or Survivor Series. I think it was Survivor Series, and Hogan won it back at this Tuesday in Texas, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah. Something around there. Either this Tuesday in Texas and Hogan won it back at Survivor Series, or he won it at Survivor Series and Hogan won it back at this Tuesday in Texas. I think it was Taker won a Survivor Series. Hogan, I love wrestling trivia. Taker won a Survivor Series because Flair slid the chair underneath. Hogan won it back at this Tuesday in Texas, and they had to reverse the decision, and then it became vacant. All right, let's see. That's what happened. Let's see. I'm pretty excited about this. My final answer, ladies and gentlemen. That's my final answer. Let's see. It had to be around 91. Yeah, 91, right? Okay. Taker wins it at Survivor Series. Hogan wins it at this Tuesday in Texas. And it was vacated. Woo! Big man. All right, here we go. Tina's in the building. What's up? How come it's okay to use a table of I just like I just like I just like talking like with the high pitch when I'm doing your questions just because I think it's cool. So here we go, Tina. Ready?
How come it's okay to use a table or the steel steps during a traditional wrestling match today? Why aren't they considered foreign objects? It's one of my pet peeves, and the ref is standing there watching them do it.
Good question, Tina. Yeah, that's weird. It is a foreign object. Yeah, like, why can't I use a chair, but I can slam you on a steel object, but I can't hit you with a steel object? I agree. Where's the logic there? She's not. She's not returning. Does Crown Jewel, Clark, and Pressure, there are only 3 matches so far. You know, Alonzo, I'm here for spectacles. I'm cool with spectacles. That's why I'm like, okay, I like WrestleMania because it has a larger than life feel at least one day of the year, now two with the two a days, or with the two a weeks, 2 days consecutive, part one and part two basically, or day one and day two. But with Crown Jewel, to me, it's a spectacle. It's a big marquee spectacle event. And I'm actually not opposed to those events. The only thing is, though, it's like, see, I'm cool with Crown Jewel because it caters to casual fans. It has like a big star power feel to it, and that's usually the aim for Crown Jewels, because of the Saudi Arabian crowd. They're not like um, diehard. I mean, a lot of them, who are there aren't like diehard fans, and so they cling to the people that they know. So, from a business standpoint, I'm cool with it. Um, the only issue is like, it just doesn't appeal to me, man. Like, Roman Reigns and Logan Paul, nah, fam. Like, if you want to be completely honest, I would have rather saw Roman Reigns and Tyson Fury at Crown Jewel. That to me would have been much more appealing. If you want crossover star power, um, Roman Reigns and Tyson Fury would have been much more appealing to me. Tyson Fury was there um at the end of the program, at the end of the match between Roman and Drew. He acknowledged Reigns and shook his hand. That was weird. But then he starts being with Drew while he was singing. So something could have came out of that. If Crown Jewel, and I'm not opposed to it, I get it. I totally understand it. I totally understand it. It's business, and I'm all about business. I'm all about, I'm a businessman, so I totally understand it. You want that crossover appeal, you want it. You've done Roman Goldberg, you've done Roman Brock, Orton's not available. I think Orton and Reigns would have been definitely a good match for Crown Jewel. Triple H can't go anymore. Michaels isn't doing anything anymore. Kane's doing politics. Taker's gone. And it's like, who do you have left in the well of, as crossover as you possibly can get? I mean, from a big name point of view, to appeal to the casual fans. Then you have to go into the crossover well, and then you're like, okay, so who's legitimately going to come here and do a match with a wrestling match? Enough time to make it look believable. And Logan Paul is the guy. He's the option. And then you're like, okay, Logan Paul is a bad option because Logan Paul is he's a notorious figure. He's a notorious celebrity. Him and his brother Jake are heels. People don't like them. So why would you make him a babyface? Why would you bring him in again this go around to make him a babyface? His heel tag team with the Miz, great idea. Miz gets a bunch of heat. Logan Paul gets a bunch of heat. Them against the Mysterios made sense. But as a babyface, nah, G. Nah, G. That ain't gonna work. And so that begs the question: who do you bring in? Who do you bring in from from a celebrity standpoint that makes sense? From a crossover standpoint, nowadays, Tyson Fury is the guy. I mean, like, that's the only person I can think of right now that has some wrestling. Has some. He's wrestled before. He wrestled against Braun. Um, that's it, man. That's the only person I can think of from who they can appeal, who they can pull from, in a quick fashion. I can't really think of anybody else that won't stink up the place. I mean, Fury, Roman against Fury definitely. I mean, Fury against Braun was definitely not a catch as catch can match, that's for sure. Um, no, I mean, you don't want to do Bray Roman this quick because that would be way, way too fast because we need to sink our teeth in this Bray character. So I mean, like this Bray character is buying into this should go for several weeks, several weeks. So you don't want to do that. Then as for Cody's gone, but he still doesn't have that big crossover appeal. Lashley's there, but he's now with Goldberg, or he's now with Brock. I don't know, man. Yeah, there's just not a lot of options nowadays, unfortunately. Am I ready for election day in 21 days? I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, like I have friends who campaign for whose campaign managers for people, but I have to look at like usually right before election day, like within a few days, I get like really into like issues and like I start studying the people who are campaigning and stuff like that to see just because I appreciate the right to vote. You know, that wasn't something that was all that wasn't something that was always um given to me, you know, as a black man. So I do appreciate that. All right, let's see. Why do I think there's so many factions? There are more people together in WWE right now because they have a lot of talent and they're trying to do something with them, um, which is why I'm I don't know. I'm kind of siding to the fact that maybe WWE should do a trios championship. I don't know. Because I mean, they have all these factions. They have Judgment Day. They have the OC. They have, if if Big E comes back, the New Day. I think I counted before on this show. Like, legitimately, you can grab 8, factions: Imperium, Brawling Brutes. Um, yeah, I mean, you can get 8 legitimate factions and do a trios title. That would make sense out of it. Otherwise, they're just there. You got a concussion from it. All right, that's unfortunate. Ugh, yuck, yuck, yuck. Dion, what's up? What's up, Dion? Jeff is still a little angry at Rich Holland for injuring Big E. Yeah, and that's months ago. Yes, I know it was an accident. It's still against me though. Yeah, he looked. What's up, Danny? Good to see you back. Yeah, it was one of those things that it was an accident, man. That comes with the territory when it comes to pro wrestling. It just does. It comes with the territory, man. So it sucks. If it's not malicious, if it's not malicious, I'm super gracious towards it. It's something that, you have to think about the psychological damage that it gives to someone who injured the person. Like I've talked to D'Lo Brown many times, and he still, for a long time he dealt with trauma that came with paralyzing Darren Drozdoff, like Rey Mysterio, you know what I mean? Like uh just jacked up because of that, man. So yeah, I mean stuff like that, man. You just gotta there's it's tough on both ends. I mean, I'm sure Moxley's like, man, like this sucks. I'm really dealing with this right now, mentally. And so it's pretty bad on both ends, man. Pretty bad on both ends. In regards to mini-bank cash-in on NXT Championship, didn't Charlotte do? Oh, okay, got you. She cashed her she cashed in a Royal Rumble win to Rhea, not Money Bank, but she cashed in a Royal Rumble win. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's weird. Weird. Yeah. Don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. It hasn't been for 40 something minutes. And then all of a sudden, it's starting to act up. It shouldn't, because it's an Ethernet connection, so it's not affected by the Wi-Fi. Yeah. So he does all these things, and then now he's with the embassy. And although I love when Prince Nana said, "We're in the money, we're in the money." Do. I've liked that since he said it 15 years ago. I always thought that was funny. We're in the money. Because of Ryan Tannehill. Thank you for asking. My back still super, still in pain. But it's actually manageable today. It's not horrible today. It's not good at all, but it's not like grimacing pain. Actually, it's pain. I'm feeling pain in my back, but it's not like grimacing pain. So, my wife has a Hypervolt, like a massage equipment. That's yeah, that helped. I think they're booking Dominic wrong. The heel turn is doing nothing. They need to push Dom as singles babyface. The singles. I mean the yeah. It just feels useless. But eventually, maybe. Eventually. Michael's in the building. What's up? Raw was funky as a monkey. Funky as a monkey. And public, if you will. In public, if you will. Says I probably sound like that. Nice. When Ambrose turned on Seth, or vice versa, today Roman had to go off due to his cancer. It peed him off. No. Will this be the last Saudi show since Vince is not on there now? No, I think they signed a 10-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. Updates for Cody or Randy I can share. I heard that Randy is out because of some it's not necessarily physical health, it's more mental health. Cody's condition is speeding up. It's going on par or even a little faster than expected. But as far as Randy's concerned, like it's more mental than physical. Tim Ryan is Ohio's next U.S. Senator. Okay. Tales from the Territories. I'm glad you actually said that, because I'm gonna watch it most likely tomorrow too. I watched the first one. There's been one episode. I think it's supposed to come on every Tuesday. So I haven't watched the second episode yet. I watched the one on Memphis, and I enjoyed it a lot, actually. All right. Update on day one. Day one now. So I was given some intel about day one. The reason why day one is going to be canceled is because Triple H wants to focus on family and have it more of a family atmosphere and less super tight and up and really tense and uptight. Vince, it was like we hot you, but we're kind of walking, super, with our spines, lined up, super tight and super tense. You know what I mean? So it wasn't necessarily a family atmosphere as much. Used to be in WWE, but not as much for a while. And so um, Triple H is like, nah, no, we ain't having no, we ain't having y'all work on New Year's Day. So, good for him. Good for him. Chocolate cake or chocolate ice cream? Neither, but for the sake of your question, chocolate ice cream. It's on Vice. It's on Vice. All right. Cool. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna check and see how that hopefully Paige texts me back. He usually does. And so hopefully I'll have an update for you by next week. By next week. What's going on with your friend, Dion? Refresh me. Liz Long Road ahead. She's doing a little rehab. Refresh me, please. All right. Refresh me before I turn my outro music on. Do I still talk to Road Dogg? Yes, I do. I wanted to text him and tell him how bad that Raw was. I like Road Dogg a lot, man. Super cool dude, but man, oof, that Raw was abysmal. All right, I don't see any update on. She was black. Okay, thank you, Dion. Thank you for telling me. Okay, cool. Cool. Cool for you telling me. Not definitely not cool for her getting hit by a car. Prayers are still for speedy recovery for that. Is my webcam built in? No, it's not. I actually have a expensive camera as working as a webcam. Any comments on Meltzer going off from Tony Khan about All Out? I don't have anything on that. I can get some for you and ask me next week again, and I'll see if I have something about that. Will he take advice from you and Vince on Raw? He should. He should, because we're all about giving some good consultation there. We're all about it. All right, let's do this. It's time to go. Yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. Time to go. It's time to go. Thank you, PNP Nation, Ricky. and Don and everybody who's wishing me a good night. P&P with the family. Thank you, Chris, for the awesome farewell. P&P, I'll see you later. I'll see you